If there's anything worse than arrogant celebrities, it's arrogant journalists. As mainstream media loses power to independent platforms, some journalists try to silence anyone who disagrees with them. Most people, especially celebrities, stay quiet out of fear, but sometimes someone stands up to them, as shown in this video.
Rumors, for example, about you being a hermaphrodite. How do you feel about that when you read that?
I'm not even going to answer that question. You can ask me about scrutiny. I just would prefer that.
Robert Downey Jr.'s Age of Ultron promo included an awkward interview that stood out. Loved for his charm and authenticity, he avoids Hollywood's usual drama and openly embraces his past, often with humor and gratitude.
An addiction that's so powerful like that, that people are willing really to walk right to the edge of hell and look in.
Remember when you were talking about sex earlier?
Yeah.
Kind of feels good.
Yeah.
Well, imagine if sex turned really ugly and you couldn't stop, but every time, that kind of thing. Does sex turn really ugly after a point? How's it going?
Anyone who's heard him speak about his past knows it's behind him. He's focused on moving forward and simply being an actor. In an interview with Don Lemon, Morgan Freeman, promoting his science series, firmly shut down questions on race and wealth, sticking to his purpose.
Do you think that race plays a part in wealth distribution, or either a mindset that you can't
Today?
or cannot? Yeah.
No.
You don't?
No, I don't.
I said, and it's probably get me in trouble, but I said to some of my colleagues recently, so I know that it's an issue, but it seems like every single day on television I'm talking about race, and it's because of the news cycle, it's in the news, but sometimes I get so tired of talking about it, I want to just go, this is over, can we move on?
And if you talk about it, it exists.
Right.
It's not like it exists and we refuse to talk about it, but making it a bigger issue than it needs to be is the problem.
Cate Blanchett wasn't impressed when the camera panned her dress from bottom to top.
Dude, I just like, do you do that to the guys? Yes.
Cate Blanchett wasn't the only celebrity annoyed by focus on appearance. Taylor Swift also faced an interviewer's inappropriate comment about her Grammy night plans.
I just wanted to show the legs, because as I was telling you ahead of time, you're going to walk home with more than maybe just a trophy tonight. I think lots of men.
I'm not going to walk home with any men tonight.
Sandra Bullock had a tough time on the Today Show when host Matt Lauer opened the interview with an inappropriate remark.
The major thing that's changed since you were here last?
Yes.
I have now seen you naked.
And I'm so sorry about that.
I have seen you naked.
Were you able to sleep afterwards?
Why
are you looking down?
It's now my screensaver. Did I mention you have a scene in this movie?
Pretty much from the time you opened your mouth. Yeah.
Sandra Bullock, come back more often.
No, not after this interview.
Not sure why Anne Hathaway reacted, but maybe it was the interviewer.
Has ever spoken about the movie? From the Yes. And when has she shared? Why would I tell you? Because I'm a fan and I need to know. Yes, I know, but you weren't there.
Cara Delevingne got uncomfortable when Graham Norton mentioned her private life in front of an audience.
And we were talking backstage.
I'm embarrassed right now.
No, we're talking backstage. The thing about that having sex on a plane. You were doing it, and then a man was watching you.
My father is here, by the way. Sorry, Dad.
You were having sex on a plane, and someone was watching you.
Yeah.
What? The pilot?
No.
Angelina Jolie, a Hollywood icon, faced controversy years ago for being too close to her brother. On The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, she brought a list of jokes mocking the situation.
And read these things that you've said.
I've said those things?
Yeah.
Let me see, what's a good one here?
I highlighted the two that she really appreciated and made her sick.
You know how Billy Bob knew Angelique was attracted to him? Because she said he was like a brother to her.
But see, are those terrible jokes?
That's right.
Well, let me...
honestly, if I wanted to kill you, I wouldn't be here right now. I just thought I needed to say that for,
No, that's
because I think they get it.
But
Catherine Langford was confused when Jimmy Kimmel asked her where she learned to speak proper English.
Did you learn to speak English there? Is that where,
It is.
our regular English that we speak here? Is that something you learned from watching television or from friends or studying or what?
Miley Cyrus quickly responded to Joe Rogan's comment that all dancers' performances are the same.
Do the same move. They drop down and do the splits.
That's what I think when I'm watching your shows too. All the same stuff.
But
During an interview with a live audience, the host was condescending and passive-aggressive towards Kim Kardashian, taking it too far.
How much money did you make from it, personally? What? How much?
Well, I never talk dollars.
Okay.
Cents. I never do.
Well, you can talk rubles or euros. I don't know.
It surprisingly did very well for me.
Okay.
Michael Bay makes you an icon. Are you aware?
I'm
Did you
not
know?
aware. Are you silly? Do you ever just look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, I really did it today?
But you said, I've only slept with one person in my whole life, 2 years into my relationship with Justin. And yet he's left the impression that you weren't faithful, that you betrayed the relationship.
I think everyone has a side to their story, and to make them feel a certain way, and make them feel, and I'm not technically saying he's wrong, but I'm not technically saying he's right either. So, this feels really awkward right now.
UFC President Dana White got furious after being asked a disrespectful question during a press conference.
You obviously give a long leash to your fighters about, what they can say.
I don't give anybody a leash.
Well, I'm saying you...
A leash?
I'm like...
Free speech. I don't tell any other human being what to say, what to think, and there's no leashes on any of them. What is your question?
I was asking that question. I'll move on, though.
Yeah, probably a good idea. That's ridiculous to say I give somebody a leash. Free speech, brother. People can say whatever they want and they can believe whatever they want.
Paris Hilton's publicist stepped in when she was hit with an unexpectedly harsh question.
Do you worry at times that the people who have followed in your footsteps, like Kim Kardashian, are overshadowing you?
No, not at all.
There's been some talk about the ratings in the show being low. Has that upset you?
No.
Never a feeling of, do you ever worry about your moment having passed? You want to wrap up?
When I was curious about one thing going back.
Well, I don't want all this being used.
Carol Moreira tried to interview Vin Diesel, but the conversation quickly went off track as he spent the whole time flirting with her.
God, she's so beautiful, man. Am I right or wrong? Look at her. How am I supposed to do this interview? Look at this woman.
Tell me your story.
She's so beautiful. Coño, man. Talk to me, baby. Tell me your story. Tell me yours. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Let's go have lunch. My God, I love her. How am I supposed to sit over here when I'm looking at such beauty? Come on, guys. She's beautiful. She's so beautiful. I'm in love. I'm in love with the interview. Look at her. Does anyone say this? Guys, what's wrong? Am I the only one that's saying it? Look at her. She's so fucking beautiful. It's like you can't even do an interview with her because you're just like, da 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 da. Right or wrong? Oh my God, guys, someone save me. When did this turn into Beautiful World? When did this turn into the most gorgeous girl in Brazil? When did this turn into I Love You?
Jennifer Garner corrected speech on Late Night with Conan O'Brien in 2003, but didn't realize the timing wasn't right.
There's a time when you snuck into the room to see what the...
I sneaked into the room. Snuck isn't a word, Conan, and you went to Harvard and you should know that.
There's a... Oh, I'm sorry, wait, there's a... I keep a dictionary down here and I just found it. Just want to look at... Oh, what the hell? Look right here. Snuck, past and past part of sneak.
At the 2016 Golden Globes, Jennifer Lawrence interrupted an international journalist mid-question for reading off his phone.
You can't live your whole life behind your phone, bro.
Huh?
You're just not gonna, we can't do that. You gotta live in the now.
Oh, sorry.
CNN wasted the chance to speak with a man who likely knew more than most.
And it is extraordinarily disrespectful to those people to start conflating the first revelation of that material with any sort of tabloid journalism. I'm going to walk if you're going to contaminate us revealing the deaths of 104,000 people. Okay, sorry.
Happy to go on to that route.
In what sense?
Rita Ora's interview with the Associated Press went smoothly until the interviewer mentioned Calvin Harris.
There's been a lot of rumors that between Calvin Harris and not releasing some of your stuff.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
It's my love of pop mixed with my love of soul and people that I've loved working with growing up, so it's a great surprise.
When can we expect that music?
The music comes out next year, January.
In 2009, Jesse Ventura clashed with Jim Norton on Opie and Anthony over the U.S. government and military, with Ventura calmly explaining his views while Norton yelled,
I just
Our government's covering it up.
We have not been told the truth.
So you feel that
Well, okay, wait a minute. All right? If you'll calm down a moment.
You're yelling. You said the
I'm
F
not
word.
yelling.
You're the governor. The F
This is serious. Bye, tough guy.
Bye, tough guy.
And thanks for your service to our country.
You're welcome. Thanks for touching me with your stupid riff-raff Rocky Horror hairdo.
You have an oral contract with your management, the Fordham Company. Is that an attempt to hide your income?
Next question.
I think the peanut gallery is going to start chiming really quickly. We've been audited.
I think you can air what you want here out of this interview. It's done.
Why can't I?
You got a lot of nerve, boy. I'll tell you.
What do you say to your fans who are desperate to know about you and your co-star Kristen? What can you tell them? But I was just cut off for the first time ever.
In 2009, Jesse Ventura clashed with Jim Norton on Opie and Anthony over the U.S. government and military, with Ventura calmly explaining his views while Norton yelled,